Ashes of the Last Dragon. Chapter 7. Ash Dominion Forged. Cole knelt beside Lily's still form, his trembling hands stained with tears. The hush in the room was absolute, save for his ragged breaths. Through tear-blurred eyes, he stared at her pale face, desperately wishing he could turn back time. A part of him refused to accept that moments ago, she had drawn her final breath. Suddenly, a low, resonant voice echoed in his mind, clearer than any thought of his own.
Your grief is a fuel more potent than any flame. You have forged Ash Dominion.
Cole jolted upright, nearly dropping Lily in his shock of hearing the mysterious voice in his mind. Before he could speak, her body shimmered, the edges of her form dissolving into radiant motes of light. The air turned unnaturally still. The glow around Lily's fading form pulsed, once, twice, before her outline dissolved into countless golden grey motes. The tiny specks drifted, weightless, before drawing toward the urn in slow, deliberate spirals. The moment they touched the clay, a faint ripple spread over its surface, like ink dispersing in water. Then, just as quickly as it began, the glow vanished. Silence pressed in, thick and absolute. Cole staggered, reaching out instinctively, only to grasp at empty air. His pulse roared in his ears, drowning out the echoes of the voice thundered in his mind. She was gone.
No!
He cried, reaching out as her figure vanished before his eyes. The dancing flecks drifted across the small room and flowed seamlessly into the urn on the mantel. A brilliant gold radiance flared there for an instant, then winked out, leaving only stunned silence. His heart hammering, Cole scrambled to his feet and rushed to the urn.
Lily?
His voice shook, raw with grief and confusion.
What happened? Where did she go?
But the urn remained silent, ordinary looking again. Then the voice resounded in his head once more, a calm ancient timbre that sent a chill through his bones.
Accepted. Your grief is a fuel more potent than any flame. You have forged Ash Dominion.
Cole pressed a hand to his forehead, reeling.
What are you? Where is my sister?
A presence, vast and bitter, pooled at the corners of his consciousness.
I am the last dragon, or what remains of it. You have absorbed the power of my dark flame, born of a covenant with the underworld lord. The foundation of your abilities lies in that dark flame. But when you begged to save your sister at any cost, your grief allowed you to draw upon one of your future powers, dark infusion, far sooner than you should have. Through it, you inadvertently enchanted the urn. Thus, Ash Dominion was forged from your grief.
Cole's heart thundered. He glanced wildly at the urn, still expecting Lily to reappear.
Enchanted the urn, with my sister inside?
She is with you,
the dragon said, a note of finality underpinning its deep voice.
You asked for anything to have her back. By that vow, a bargain was struck. Your sorrow fueled an ability that was never meant to manifest so soon, binding her spirit to the urn where your father's ashes already rest.
A swirl of horror and desperate hope warred in Cole's mind. He laid a trembling hand on the urn's smooth surface.
But she's gone,
he rasped.
How does this help her live?
She is not truly gone,
the dragon answered.
Only held in stasis. Your grief made the urn a conduit for Ash Dominion. Keep the urn near, and in time, you may communicate with her, and your father's spirit as well. You have anchored them to the urn. Only time will tell how she will return and at what price.
Cole closed his eyes, tears welling again.
You say it's a bargain, a pact. What do you want from me?
I was slain by humans,
the dragon replied, its voice darkening.
And my death unleashed the ashes that spread this plague across your lands. Even now, others are waking to strange abilities, though most do not realize the origin. When you swore you'd give anything for Lily, you bound yourself to fulfilling my quest for revenge. You will wield the dark flame. You will use the power of Ash Dominion, and you will see my vengeance done upon those who caused my demise.
Cole shook his head, anger and disbelief burning in his chest.
I never wanted any vengeance. I just wanted to save Lily.
A rumble seemed to vibrate through his mind.
Your words sealed the oath. You have taken my essence into you when you crushed the shard. You are tied to the dark flame, and now you wield Ash Dominion, a byproduct of your powerful grief. If you forsake this path, your sister's spirit, now bound in the urn, will fade. You alone carry the means to nurture her presence and perhaps restore her fully one day. My death caused her death. As such, my vengeance is your vengeance.
At this, Cole's breath caught. Restore her fully. It was a faint spark of impossible hope. He looked back at the urn, his hand still on it.
She's alive in there somehow. With Father?
Their souls reside together,
The dragon affirmed.
Only your agreement keeps her essence stable. Your borrowed dark infusion turned the urn into a vessel for Ash Dominion. It should have been a mere shadow of an ability, but your grief made it more potent than I ever anticipated.
Cole's voice came out as a strained whisper.
So this plague, your death caused it. And people are gaining powers because of you? Why is that?
The Underworld Lord and I forged a covenant.
The dragon explained.
I swore humanity would pay for hunting us to extinction. However, before I could fulfill my end of the deal, I was murdered. The power still within, my ashes spread chaos, granting some the power to destroy, while others are consumed by sickness. You, Cole, stand at the center of this storm. The fragment of my essence you crushed gave you the dark flame. Your vow of grief ignited Ash Dominion. Now you must see this vengeance through.
A shudder coursed through Cole. His mind was spinning, trying to piece together the impossible. He stared at the urn, longing to see Lily's face or hear her laugh. Eventually, he swallowed hard.
If I do this, if I follow your plan, you swear I can speak to her again?
With time and strength, yes.
The dragon answered.
Her spirit and your father's remain with you. In the pockets of Ash Dominion, you may visit them, but it will tax their energy. Do not expect them to appear at your whim. The path to fully restoring her is long, yet it is not wholly impossible.
Cole sank to his knees, shoulders trembling. The despair of losing Lily mixed with a warped relief that part of her might still be saved. But at what cost? He lifted his eyes, filled with tears.
I don't have a choice, do I?
You already chose when you offered anything to get her back.
The dragon's voice thrummed, neither gloating nor sympathetic.
Now, the world changes. My ashes awaken powers in many. Some will use them for gain, some for destruction. Stand among them, hone the dark flame, and spread our revenge upon those who destroyed me.
Cole pressed his palm against the urn, memories of Lily's bright smile stabbing at his heart. The knowledge that her soul was just beyond his reach solidified into a cold, desperate resolve.
All right,
he whispered, voice shaking.
I'll do it. Whatever it takes to keep her close, and maybe bring her back someday.
Silence lingered, as though the dragon was weighing his words. Then the presence stirred again, ancient and unyielding.
So be it. You hold the dark flame, now awakened, and Ash Dominion, fueled by your grief. Our covenant is set. Earn the strength to speak with your sister. And when the time comes, unleash that power against those who took everything from me.
A jagged sob tore from Cole's throat.
Fine,
he choked out.
I'll do it, but only for Lily.
He sensed a faint swirl of acknowledgement, a cold hush that felt like the dragon's grim satisfaction.
You will soon learn how to bend your new abilities to your will. Be ready, Cole, for once the world discovers the plague's powers, you will not be the only one changed by them.
In the suffocating quiet that followed, Cole rose shakily to his feet, resting his forehead against the urn.
Lily, Father, I won't fail you. Just hold on,
he whispered. A faint warmth pulsed through the clay under his fingertips, a reassurance that her spirit was indeed within. He stepped back, shoulders heavy with a burden he had never asked for. The flickering lamp cast wavering shadows across the room where Lily had died only a short time ago. Yet the reality of her spirit bound in the urn, the vow he had made, and this ominous voice in his head left him no doubt. His life had changed irrevocably. And as grief warred with the faintest shred of hope in his heart, Cole braced himself for the path ahead, guided by the dark flame pulsing within his soul and the newly forged ash dominion that promised him a slim chance at reuniting with the family he had lost.